163 is $171,000 more to three. Financially, it's still a problem.
You know what? And the Chicago superintendent called Dallas.
They added on, they found the second floor, although there still is, you can see from here, there is still a small loft area that we use for storage in that. This section here, where the door is in down east, is new. It was just dedicated 2 years ago. It basically has a large meeting room downstairs here that can be divided into 2 rooms. The upstairs has several offices with colleges, and it has 3 meeting rooms across the front, which they use, and then there's a teacher's lounge over there. The section right here, I know, was added in the late 40s. The section that was just east of the flag was in the early 50s, and when I graduated from here in 56, that's all there was to the building. The additional to the west was built through the years. It actually was called Matteson School up until the death of Oscar Hoot, who was the superintendent at that time, and he died while he was superintendent. He used to show up at the meeting in the morning. He did not. The principal here, Mr. Schlinker, who eventually became superintendent, went to his house and found him dead. Upper Grade Center. Now it is called O.W. Hoot Middle School. You know, that's the newest trend in education, or middle school. So, but I thought it was very interesting here to find out the salary of the first teacher in the one-room school, which sat in a Bacchus location, was $148 a term. When you stop to think, our superintendent now makes $120,000 a year, and that doesn't cover his perks. So. We house about 900. We house exactly on the head 900 students as of Friday. We have 6, 7, and 8, and we understand the projection for next year is 1,000 students. So instead of what they projected approximately 15 years ago that we were going to go down in enrollment, it leveled off for about 10 years, and the last 5 years we steadily have been getting more and more and more students. So, and we are at 900, I understand that is supposed to be approximately the capacity. When it was first turned into a upper grade center, it was 7th and 8th, and they had 900 students then. But since they have taken some of the areas and larger reading room areas, and they've made them into smaller, divided them off into classrooms. So right now we're okay with classes, but well, I don't know, when we get those other 100, it's kind of scary.
Now, on the other side of Matteson is, do they have their own schools over there?
They have 159 at Eden Prairie School.
Oh, yeah.
There's 3. Yeah, there's 2 school districts that are Matteson. This school district encompasses part of Richmond Park. The other part is 159. Olympia Fields. I was 6 years old when they demolished this. I do remember the building, though. I remember coming here with my folks years ago. Everybody brought their kids to everything, which I think was neat, and I think we should go back to this and be families. But you stand here. They did have a lot of meetings and that in there besides the village meetings, and they had a lot of weddings. My folks, being they were married on the north side, my mother was from there. When they came out here, they had another party here for them. So, and when they took it down, they fell out and found a place for here. And the building was also recognized for Frank Elliman, who died during a village board meeting. And also Memorial Day, we do recognize Joe Fury, who also was village president for many years here in Matteson, and he died in his service as the president also. The school district now, this particular part of the property still belongs to the village. The school district has bought the portion of the old village hall. They do not have access to the fire station as of yet. They probably will have access to that once they possibly build a new firehouse, which is in the works, I guess. It does house all the offices for District 162. A little tidbit that a lot of you don't realize: if you live in 162 and you want to know the salary of anyone who works in School District 162, they have to open their books to you to see what all our salaries are.
Oh,
So,
good. I can check up on you.
Don't they print that in the paper?
They
once
print
a year?
superintendents. They print superintendents, but they don't necessarily print every employee and every teacher. But their books are open to the public, so if you are a resident of 162, they cannot refuse you that. I think that's probably about it for here, unless there was something.
I can't check up on her salary then, because I'm not from 162. Somewhere in the
Memorial Day, we usually have the booth open so that you can go through it. It is not owned by the society, it is owned by the Village of Matteson, but we try to maintain it as well as possible. We've replaced windows and various other things that have needed to be done. So, of course, through a project.
I just happen to think of one one story I love to read all the time is one of our village presidents, Herman Stagey, who was also a builder in Madison. When the old village hall was dedicated, he and whoever was the president at the time did the first dance together. These two men around the floor, and that's in the longer write-up.
I don't remember years ago. This was a field naturally across the street here, and in the summertime they used to put up a big movie screen. We used to have movies there.
Oh, how nice!
Yeah, I remember that.
Where was the water fountain?
Yeah, and then where the track was, there was a big water tower there. I used to stop here to take on water and that. The other thing that's not here, but was burned in the late 40s. Either late 40s, very early 50s.
Old building was torn down. The metal in it was used for the war effort.
It could have been. Well, it wasn't torn down though until in 48.
But they saved the bell.
48. Yeah.
And was this the building that they took some of the bricks and
And
put
they
into?
put Memorial Park, the memorial up there for the World War II. Foundation was used for that.
You see, there's a plaque at the foot of the
This is
flag.
This is
flag.
for the flag.
I never saw that either before.
Oh yeah. Oh, thanks for the power.
This flagpole was dedicated, was given by Rachel Meyer American Legion here in Madison in 1959. And they're located over on 14th Street. Many years ago, Rachel Meyer Post used to supply a good portion of money to the fire department and they used to buy the we don't have the money we used to have. Although this post has recently been doing a little better, and they had been buying playground equipment at the school.
Kitchen when they lived here, and the stairway has up. They put that glass up there. Go in.
You have one, right? Down too. From the Lutheran school, the old church.
Oh, how interesting.
It's over 100 years old.
Wow.
And I refinished and it had
traffic was so bad they had to call the police to direct the traffic in this corner. And so because we had customers from all over, that come to Pierre because we had a full, beauty salon at the time that was rare. that was makeup, massage, all kind. Anyway, to talk about the hen house, Han, this was, the dining room. And this is where they were doing all their business. And as a matter of fact, when they decided, to have the trees, in the street to embellish the town a little bit, that's where they had the big meeting. And so this room that was quite large, and they had all big dining room table. It wasn't a living room, dining room, that was the way they did it. So what I did, I tried to keep the house exactly the way it was. So this is like a stop in time. I didn't change anything. All the walls are the same, all the decoration, except I have to put new electric, new air conditioning, new water, even a parking lot in the back that they didn't want to have. Because Mrs. Moff had a nice garden. I fought for it, but they insisted that I had to have the parking lot in the back. So I did, and full air conditioning.
Oh, it is? Oh.
Yeah, we had, as a matter of fact, because of the beauty shop, I had to have two. I had two central. One central for one side of the home and the center, because one side was the dryers that generate a lot of heat. So I had one part, with one side, but all central. And like you see here, that I love paintings, so they say in the book that this is a gallery. This is not a gallery, but this is my private collection.
Was there a time when it was a gallery?
No.
And have you painted any of these here?
Yeah. Yeah.
All of them?
No.
No.
This is, this is in my travel, I buy painting, that's where I spend my money. So I had painting from France. If you got that little painting there, that this is the period of romantic period, in France. This is Kaufman, this is Austrian. And this fellow there, that's Ward. That if you know about your art, that you know about, Ward. And this is my pride and joy. This is the early American portrait. That if you look at close, I like it myself. Some people are going to be upset, more than Mona Lisa. Mona Lisa is a small little dark painting under glass in France that you cannot even see. And if you go and see it, you have to stay about 10, 15 rows back to be able to see it.
That's right.
But I'm going to let you come as close as possible. You see that you can see her smile. And if you go around, you will see she follow you everywhere you go in the house. And this is an early American portrait. This is a lady from Boston.
It is end of the 18th century. We took it to artists.
18th century.
1700
And here, this is Wuzinski, Ubeda, Buffet, and the other one that you can recognize, Nero and Chagall,
It is a teacup.
The corner cabinet also is a period of the house, and this is a beautiful. And this is a secretary type of thing. It wasn't made to show, the crystal. It was mostly books. You see, and you can open it, and you have the secretary. And this is also an antique. You can see the claw and the ball, made, and the lamp is a Napoleonic time. And like you see, this is the, the original, wood that was, okay.
And here is everything what we bring when we go travel.
This is our travel. We see
Egypt, from Mediterranean, this is Mediterranean, Hawaii, Caribbean. Every time I bring something, little sand or
And this is a piece maybe that the first time you will see. This is from Sahara. This is what they call sand rose.
Yeah,
That's
it
the
must
that's
be-
the state stone of Oklahoma.
Oklahoma?
Rose stone.
Rose stone. But this is a flower. You can see that like a roses.
The wind,
Pick up like that.
wind make it with the
The
sand.
force of the wind against, the sand, make it.
This is also from there. But this is what I brought from Mediterranean, from Cyprus. On the beach, they have all
The same
kind of
beach and
color.
3 different color of sand.
You see,
Yeah.
they were black.
That's against the law, though. You're not supposed
But-
to carry it.
Bring the rose
And
in.
but all, you said all from the
But
same area?
it is not, yeah,
Yeah, the
beach.
same-
For
the
example,
same
you're
area,
walking
one
on the
beach.
beach, you see the black sand. And then
You turn around.
suddenly you are in, because it was a volcanic island, and it is
All the same
amazing,
like that.
no?
And I found that little stone there is like an artist did it.
Look at that.
Huh?
Here,
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, there are fantastic ruin, come on,
Yeah,
ruin,
yeah. This is
Roman,
all civilization
Greek,
went to Cyprus. So that's when you
Yeah.
find all from the Egyptian.
this is from Mediterranean Sea, also like
and all of them
coral,
is
no.
that we pick up ourselves. That we go swimming and things like that.
I go swimming, not you. He wants to do this. I pick up in the Mediterranean Sea, also diving.
Very rare too that because
Yeah.
most of them they're dead.
Yeah, now they are dead, but before no.
And she was.
Oh, yeah, our guy, the associate with Pierre, this was an all original portrait, very nice. And then we left for Spain because we are going to go to Spain because we had a fire. We came back and city without asking.
Be careful, there is a step here. There is a step down there.
This was in the house. He didn't add it.
Yeah, you see?
You got lots of squirrels out there.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I mean,
You feed the squirrels.
fight with them constantly. Yeah.
You don't win, do you?
No, last time I was half an hour outside, chasing them with water, with everything. And finally I gave up. They came and they came.
The first design, what they have now for big room. That's the kitchen, great room. And I can say I'm the first one who had a great room. 1975.
You were ahead of your time.
If you want to take a peek, I'll show you, otherwise.
Other people haven't.
You're buying these places and everything.
No, it's the second one. Let me take them to have copies.
That's what I see. People went, came to, sure.
Can we look in the back a
Sure.
little bit?
Absolutely.
You want to hang out everywhere?
Take the
I don't
car.
want, well, she gave me the pictures tonight.
It was in the livery stable, right? Is that what you said? And farmers, when they did business with the council, right?
Sunday morning, Brokers and Food House. My father told me those stories.
And I think a lot, wasn't there something, didn't they go to their grains or how? Wasn't there a scale there by their grains where they weighed the grains? And then they would sell it, and I don't know how that all worked exactly.
church.
I mean, the write-up is in here, I guess everybody probably has read it already, right, in the brochure? Oscar Becker, some of you remember Oscar Becker? He used to work here, and he talks about when they put in the bathrooms and showers, right?
He worked as a barber.
Yeah. And they used to pay, I think, 35 cents or something, come in and use the tub or the shower.
And this place was robbed one time too. They had a door over there and it was robbed by Doug. And they got something like $15.
Only 35 cents for big facilities.
Now, what year was that about?
I'd have to look it up.
I see.
Yeah.
It could have been a long time.
Yeah, it was a long time ago.
We, I think, are still planning if we can do it to put.
This seems to be the original barber pole.
Stop, I said, no, and then we just walked past the barber shop, I said, I know what it was.
All their big craft show day, which is huge.
You didn't sign. She's caught.
And we did see her there.
We turned this to the federal government and you get your extra 10% added on your IRS. Just let you know. I'm up to 140% now.
I would.
If I had the brains.
Oh, and that mirror is original, she said too.
That one?
This is Maloney's Tavern. I guess it's much reduced. It was much larger than this at one time.
Got to see the basement, you guys aren't going to see the basement. But there are tunnels that are very strange. I think it might have been part of the Underground Railroad at one time. But on the side there's like a basement door, you know, the old kind of basement door that opens like, that goes down into the basement. And that's what they gave an idea, picture of what we have that do you recognize Matteson video? And there are several little tunnels. Well, they, little office.
During Prohibition, they had liquor down there because in the late 50s we found moonshine.
Oh, really?
They-
How interesting.
There's a big lead content.
And she was telling me yesterday that they have like a 30-year-old woman. This is important, 30 years. Because he was down there doing something and he saw a woman walk through to the other side and he thought it was operator. And it wasn't. And she went down and looked and there was nobody there. And so this happened the second day and there was nobody that he could see. So there is an additional ghost of Charles.
Well, they used to have the original, they're right. There was a little kitchen downstairs.
Too much of the
Served
sarsaparilla.
downstairs.
Somebody, she told me that too, that there was a dirt
Called it the
floor,
rock cellar.
that there was a dirt floor and that they used
Well,
to
it
serve
wasn't
down
down,
there. That's what she said. I don't know, he ate in a restaurant one time, he said next to the furnace in Louisville.
And believe me, that was hell working down there.
It worked there?
Hell was like, because we had a kitchen down there that had no ventilation. It was hot.
Well, it's really hot down there now.
Help.
Not really in the style of the rest of the house, but it's nice. It's nice space. It's nice to have extra space.
Can't buy the first house looking at. So we spent another couple months looking around, and then Stewart's sold the house to a relocation company, or their company took it.
Oh.
So we had to fight that for a while. So then
It took a long time to get in the
we
house.
should have bought the first time we saw it.
We should have bought it from the Stewards.
Where'd you live before?
remember them talking about blind Steve?
Yeah, it's
Your piano tuner? Oh, you told her that was his father? Yeah.
It was his father that lived there?
Well, he lived upstairs.
I can do it if I have to.
Yeah, she's holding on.
Stand in front garden.
Well, this is the last step you have to go up and down for today. She's older than I am. I always tell Bernice that. Bernice is always older than I am. I got $50. When I played, we got $50 a year, and we had to buy our own music out of that. So no.
When I read the minutes, it said that you were elected, you were not just volunteers, you were, the board, it's in the church.
Yeah, but you think that was way before us?
No, your name is in it.
Oh, is it?
Yes,
Oh.
and then we